She was just the bus driver. Plain clothes. Quiet routine. So Marcus "Red" Davidson didn't hesitate to target her for a mock hostage drill. No combat background, they said. No threat. But the way she gripped that wheel, not civilian. They thought she was prey. What they didn't know, Sarah Mitchell was ex-Delta Force. Stick around. Because when she fights back, cameras roll, hashtags trend, and the predator ends up in a cage. The lesson: never underestimate the woman guarding your children. We'd love to know where in the world you're tuning in from and what time it is there. Comment below and subscribe to stay updated. Marcus "Red" Davidson adjusts his grip on the high-powered scope, the familiar weight doing little to calm his racing heart. Through the lens, he watches Sarah Mitchell's yellow school bus wind through the suburban streets, his leather-gloved fingers tightening with each precise turn she makes. Something about her movement sends warning signals through his combat-trained mind. Just a driver. He mutters the silver wolf pendant at his throat, catching the morning light. Intel says just a driver. But 15 years of special operations experience screams otherwise. The way she checks her mirrors, methodical, military. The way she positions the bus, always maintaining tactical advantage at stops. Her posture, too alert, too ready. Marcus "Red" Davidson's earpiece crackles as his two teammates confirm their positions. In place at Point Alpha comes the first. Ready at Beta follows the second. He watches a mother wave goodbye to her child boarding the bus. 17 kids now. 17 hostages. His throat tightens as he spots Mitchell's eyes in the rearview mirror. There's a flash of something there. Recognition, readiness, resignation. She knows. Somehow she knows, and she's ready. The realization sends an unfamiliar chill down his spine. Execute. Marcus "Red" Davidson commands, his voice carrying the authority of countless successful operations. The wolf pendant swings as he moves, a reminder of the predator he's always been. But for the first time in years, he wonders if he's become the prey. The first cell phone camera catches their approach. Within seconds, more appear. Bus Hero Live starts trending as Marcus "Red" Davidson's team surrounds the bus. He sees Mitchell's hands tighten on the wheel, her movements suddenly shifting from precise to predatory. Everyone stay calm. Marcus "Red." Davidson shouts, his voice carrying over the screams of children. This can end quickly if... He stops mid-sentence as Mitchell's eyes meet his through the windshield. Those aren't the eyes of a bus driver. Those are the eyes of someone who's danced with death in places the world has forgotten. Type predator if you've ever underestimated someone who turned out to be more than they seemed. Marcus "Red" Davidson feels his carefully laid plan beginning to unravel. The weight of his weapon feels wrong, his usual confidence wavering. As smartphones continue recording, he realizes this supposed simple operation is about to become something else entirely. His mind races back to his last mission, brief, standard civilian target. No military background, no combat training. But standing here now, watching Sarah Mitchell's calculated movements, Marcus "Red" Davidson knows they've made a terrible mistake. Will the hunter become the hunted? The question echoes in his mind as he gives the signal to advance. The morning sun glints off his wolf pendant one final time, a predator's token about to meet a superior force. In the stillness before chaos erupts, Marcus "Red" Davidson remembers his instructor's words from long ago. The most dangerous opponent is the one you underestimate. Looking at Mitchell's steely gaze, he knows he's about to learn that lesson again, this time with the whole world watching through their phones. His inner voice, hardened by years of combat, whispers a truth he can't ignore. You've walked into her trap, Red. She's not your target, you're hers. The fluorescent lights of the holding cell buzz like angry wasps as Marcus "Red" Davidson watches himself fall apart on the evening news. His reflection in the reinforced glass shows a man stripped of his usual confidence, the absence of his signature wolf pendant leaving a cold spot on his chest. Breaking news. School bus hijacking, thwarted by driver revealed to be former Delta Force operative. The anchor's voice echoes through the cell block. Marcus "Red" Davidson leans closer to the small wall-mounted TV, his handcuffs clinking against the metal bench. The footage shows their carefully planned operation dissolving in seconds, his team's coordinated assault crumbling against Mitchell's devastating counter-moves. The level of preparation was extraordinary. A security expert on screen explains, while helicopter footage reveals what Marcus "Red" Davidson now sees with brutal clarity. Every bus stop positioned near defensible positions, escape routes, pre-mapped sight lines calculated with military precision. These weren't random choices. This was tactical planning at its finest. His fingers instinctively reach for the wolf pendant that's no longer there. In the evidence bag, that silver token holds the truth, the corporate logo of Sentinel Security Solutions and their real mission testing school district emergency responses. But Sarah Mitchell wasn't supposed to be there. She wasn't in any briefing, any file. Type "backfire" if you've ever seen overconfidence lead to disaster. Scrolls across the bottom of the news coverage, and Marcus "Red" Davidson feels the bitter irony of that prompt. The cell door opens with a heavy clang. "Davidson," the detective says, using his full name with deliberate weight. "Time for your statement." In the interrogation room, under harsh lights that make him squint, Marcus "Red" Davidson finally speaks his truth. "We were hired to test their protocols," he explains, his voice hoarse, "to expose weaknesses, show them where they needed better security." He pauses, remembering the cold efficiency in Mitchell's eyes. "But she was the security we never saw coming." The detective slides photos across the table, satellite images of the bus route annotated with military-grade tactical observations. "She turned your test into her proving ground," he says, and Marcus "Red" Davidson feels his professional reputation crumbling like sand. Through the two-way mirror, he catches a glimpse of his reflection, a man who thought he was the wolf, only to find himself trapped by a far more capable predator. The sound of papers shuffling reminds him of his team's carefully crafted plans, now nothing but evidence against him. His testimony continues into the night, each detail highlighting how thoroughly Sarah Mitchell had outmaneuvered them. The bus route he'd thought they were exploiting had been her kill box. The schedule they'd memorized had been her timetable for counterattack. Every assumption they'd made played directly into her hands. Have you ever realized you were the test subject in your own experiment? Share your story below. Another news chyron cuts deep as Marcus "Red" Davidson watches his world unravel on national television. The hashtag #JuborchRedOutfoxed trends across social media, each share and comment driving home the magnitude of his miscalculation. His phone in another evidence bag probably burns with notifications from Sentinel Security Solutions, their carefully maintained reputation for discreet security testing, now a viral sensation for all the wrong reasons. As midnight approaches, Marcus "Red" Davidson sits in his cell, the ghost weight of his missing pendant a constant reminder. The guard's footsteps echo through the corridor, a steady rhythm, like the ticking of a clock counting down his remaining freedom. Tomorrow he'll face charges. Face the media, face the consequences of underestimating an opponent who had turned his own test against him. In the dark, he whispers to himself, "The best tactician isn't the one who sets the trap. It's the one who sees it coming." Sarah Mitchell had seen it all coming, had prepared for it, had waited for them to walk right into her web. And Marcus "Red" Davidson, self-proclaimed security expert, had led his team straight into it. The cell door's final lock engages with a decisive click, sealing him in for the night. On the TV, now muted, the footage plays again, a loop of his greatest professional failure, a lesson in hubris that will be studied in security circles for years to come. Marcus "Red" Davidson stares at the small TV mounted in his prison cell, his calloused fingers tracing the outline of the wolf pendant that had once given him such misplaced confidence. The morning news plays footage of Sarah Mitchell receiving a commendation from the school board, her composed demeanor a stark contrast to his own shattered arrogance. Breaking news. Former Delta Force operative Sarah Mitchell speaks out about the attempted school bus hijacking. The anchor's voice fills his cell. Marcus "Red" Davidson feels his throat tighten as Mitchell appears on screen addressing a crowd of parents and students. "I thought I was protecting them my way." Marcus "Red" Davidson whispers to himself, watching as children embrace their bus driver hero. "I was so wrong." The weight of his actions crashes over him like a tidal wave, each child's smile on the screen, a reminder of how close he came to destroying innocent lives. A guard appears with paperwork, his release documents. Marcus "Red" Davidson's hands shake as he signs them, remembering Mitchell's words during their last encounter. "We both came from war zones, Red. But you brought the war home with you." The wolf pendant catches the fluorescent light as he clips it back around his neck. No longer a symbol of predatory power, but a reminder of transformation. Marcus "Red" Davidson touches it gently, recalling how Mitchell had returned it to him through his lawyer, along with a note. "Some wolves protect the pack. Choose that path. Fuck 'em." Type Guardian if you believe in second chances. Outside the prison gates, Marcus "Red" Davidson squints in the morning sun, clutching an envelope containing the school board's security consultant contract, Mitchell's unexpected gift of redemption. The distant sound of a school bus's air brakes whispers through the air, no longer triggering thoughts of vulnerability and control, but of silent guardians and proper protection. "I used to think strength meant dominance." Marcus "Red" Davidson confesses to the documentary crew waiting outside their cameras, capturing his first moments of freedom. "Sarah Mitchell showed me it means having the wisdom to protect without destroying, to guard without terrorizing." The viral hashtag, #WolvesToGuardians, flashes across his phone screen, accompanied by thousands of shares of his story, intertwined with Mitchell's. Each comment speaks of redemption of protection, done right, of warriors finding their true purpose. Share this story if you believe warriors can become guardians. Marcus "Red" Davidson walks toward his new beginning, the wolf pendant, now a weight of responsibility rather than power. In the distance, a yellow school bus rolls past, and he notices something he'd missed before: the silent strength in its ordinary presence, the quiet heroism in its daily routine. The fiercest protectors, Marcus "Red" Davidson reflects watching the bus disappear around a corner, are the ones who don't need to bare their teeth to prove their worth. He straightens his shoulders, ready to begin his own journey of protecting the right way, knowing that sometimes the greatest victories come not from conquering others, but from conquering oneself. The wolf pendant catches one final glint of sunlight as Marcus "Red" Davidson steps into his new role, transformed from would-be predator to proper guardian, understanding at last that true strength lies not in the power to threaten, but in the wisdom to protect.